Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ryu Gozrar, and for this month's TvZ build, I'm going to be doing something not really different, but actually something I've already done. I'm going to be retouching up on the Hellion Liberator build that was in my first ever video, and I'm going to be doing the new updated version, the far better version, and I'm going to be showing you guys how you can hit the first and second timing. And from what I've been told by people who have coached me and people who I would consider far better than me is when you're playing TvZ, if you can hit this build correctly and you can hit these timings while still like controlling it, you should be able to make your way up to at least 5.7k pretty easily in TvZ. So to start this build off, we're going to be going for a 16 barracks and a 16 gas. Now, in my last video for Hellion Liberator, I didn't do a wrong variation more so as I did an older variation. So the idea with this build is we're going to be aiming for two timings. The first timing is going to be to hit at 645 with roughly 16 Marines and 2 Siege Tanks at the Zerg's 4th base with +1 attack, combat shields, and stim. And +1 shields, of course. The second timing is going to be, of course, our 2-2 max out timing, which we're going to be ideally aiming for about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'll just be showing you guys how to do that. Now remember, in TvZ, something I've learned as well is when you're playing Reaper Fast Expander, just any Reaper build, outside of gas first, right? You want to always send your Reaper right away to their natural. And the reason for this is because normally you would make one Marine and then a reactor. The safest way to play against an opener, such as pool first, is to make a second Marine and you only cancel it when you confirm that there's a second hatchery. This way, if they do go pool first, you're safe. Whereas if they don't, then you have 2 Marines as opposed to just the 1. So you can actually hold when they go for those cheeky kills on maybe the reactor or on your SCV building the CC. So you're gonna see we make that second Marine. We're gonna confirm to see if it's a hatchery. It is. We're gonna cancel reactor. Now, the AI here has lings just because, like, you know, it's the AI. They actually skip their gas guys here, so they're able to afford more mineral-based things. The con of this is that they don't have gas at all, so their speed is like way later, and as a result, the Hellions can do more. But yeah, because like nobody in their right mind would normally do that, we're just gonna pretend like the Zerg's playing normally. So now we're going to start rallying up to our natural, and like before, we're going to swap off our barracks and our factory. The barracks is going to make 2 Hellions right away, and then you're going to make a tech lab, and then a 32 supply, or 31 supply, you're going to drop your first depot. And the first thing you may be saying is, why is it so early? And the reason is because we're not going to be really making anything else from the barracks or the starport really outside of this first liberator, right? So all we're aiming for is the ability to make these 2 Hellions up to 6 as constantly as we can. And remember, you can see here, we still have all the money we need just to get our other buildings, such as stim. And you're going to see we're able to make our 4th and 5th Hellions right away. And we're able to just start our 2 extra workers and that depot. And you can see we're actually still not supply capped, whereas with other builds, you may, you know, supply cap yourself for a hot second. So with this, we're okay. So after our 5th and 6th Hellions are finished, we pull the factory off. We make that 3rd CC. We make a reactor on the starport right away. And then we want to pull 2 SCVs from the natural, and we want to make 2 barracks in the main base. And you want to make sure you pull the SCVs from the natural, because right now, our main base has perfect and optimal saturation. So we don't want to interrupt that by having SCVs go back and forth bouncing. Now next, we're going to go ahead and start our double eBay. Remember to keep making workers here. You don't want to make any Marines yet, so remember, hold off on the Marines. You want to make your double gas. And then after the double gas, you want to make your next depot. You want to lift the starport up right away and make another reactor. The quicker you can do this, of course, the better, as this will basically judge our medevac timing and our starport timing. You want to make your first tank. And then you're gonna see we have just enough money to make +1/+1. And you can see our supply depot finishes up right on time. Now, of course, remember, with these Hellions Reapers, you want to be poking at creep. Now, once this barracks lands, this is when you want to start making your Mariners, you know? You want to make constant Marines here, and we're going to go ahead and keep dropping mules. We want to stick at this 85 supply cap for a while. And right here, you're going to see our siege tank finishers. We're going to start combat shields, our second tank. Then we're going to do 2 medevacs. You can see we have just enough money for this. After that, we're going to do a depot. More workers. Drop the mule on this 3rd CC. Go to send it to the 3rd base now. Want to make 1 depot here. Pull these dudes off. Keep making those Marines. Want to make 2 depots at a time here. And you can see, as these 2 medevacs come out, we should have just enough units, as well as this depot finishing over here, right? You can see, by the way, make sure you keep your Hellions alive with this build, because we're now going to be leaving them behind for this push. And you can see as the medevacs come out, as these Marines come out, we have just close to 16. We're actually off by 1. But we're actually gonna start sending it across the map here, and we're gonna go for their 4th base. And behind this, you want to grab your double gas. And you're going to see our main base is now out, so we're going to make 2 more barracks here. And we'll make your 4th and 5th medevac. And you're going to siege right here, and if you control this force right, you should be able to cancel the Zerg's 4th base. Of course, try not to lose that force, as it's like a really early on force, and you can actually die to a counterattack. Which, by the way, counterattacks, if they just send out Lings while you're doing this push, this Hellion force right here with the Reaper should be more than enough to stop it. Now we're going to go ahead and throw down our 2nd factory. We're going to get our 1-1. And we're going to ignore our extra medevacs for just a little quick bit. We're going to get another siege tank here. And we're going to start building our units up for a double medevac drop with these 2 medevacs here. We're just waiting on the Marines. We're going to go ahead and start our double reactor, and then we're going to start our +1 armor. And then you can see as these Marines come out here, we can go for that double drop now with about 14 Marines. We can, you know, clear creep out on another side, and then we're going to go ahead and start that double medevac again. Remember to keep making SCVs and stuff. At about 8 minutes, you should have enough money for your 4th CC. After the 4th CC, you want to go ahead and throw down 3 more barracks. You can see as we're doing this macro correctly, everything just like perfectly lines up. And when you have barely enough money to afford your build, that's when you know you're doing it right. Remember to keep muling or to keep scanning, whichever one you need to do. You should be able to judge as you see it fit. If you desperately need to clear creep, then use your scans. If you can hold off on clearing creep because it's not too far pushed up, then you can mule. Okay, we're just going to keep on making our units. We're producing double tank here because by 9:30 we want to have that 2-2 timing with as many units as we can afford. We could have made these depots a little bit faster, so that's something to keep in mind of as well. We can keep making those medevacs. We can actually start a double starport over here with a fusion core. We can start our triple tech lab. As you're starting your triple tech lab, you can go ahead and grab concussive. You can see our SCV count was about 74, so you want to keep it there. We can start transferring some workers. So you want to grab these guys over here.
Add-on is up and running.
You can grab our double gas. And you can see we're now maxed out with all of our units. We can take our entire army here, right? And we can start pushing again into their 4th base because by this point they should have reclaimed it. And now what our goal is here is you're gonna see as we arrive there, it's like 9:35ish, 9:30. We are maxed out with all of our biotank. We can start our liberators, we can start our marauders, and we can kind of just kill the Zerg with a really powerful timing, right? So assuming your first push didn't really do like fatal blow, fatal damage, this is the push where you want to like make as much happen as possible. Because typically in TvZ, After this 2-2 push, your entire game plan just comes down to freestyling and how good you are at playing the late game, which is why like doing a build properly and doing it as efficiently as you can is the best way to climb and to learn this matchup, or at least with bio. So you can see we're starting to get lib range. We can go ahead and drop our second starport. You can maybe make more starports if you need to. You know, maybe you see it's broodlords on the way. You can start to drop a second armory. We can go for ship weapons and ship armor at the same time. You can go for vehicle attack, but that's only when you're against like Roach Hydra or when you're committing to playing against like really heavy Hydra styles, because once you have that +2 tank attack, the tanks start to two-shot the Hydras. But anyways, that's my redone version of Hellion Liberator. Thank you everybody for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, or requests, just leave them in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.